What is going on in the land of wrestling fandom? Just another wrestling podcast. Not that there's 30 million of them already out there. J Money alongside the rival of the Siberian Husky, Gerard the Wolf. Siberian Huskies? Really?
Seriously, you're going there. You're doing that.
What? You said you are the wolf, so I figured I'd do wolf puns and wolf
speaking
jokes.
Of which, how was your audition for Mustache Mountain?
Well, I don't have a mustache.
Exactly. I heard you tried, but Trent and him said,
well, I
gotta grow a little bit more of a whisker.
Well, the thing is, I can't grow facial hair like them, okay?
Oh. So you're not a man. You're not really a man until you have that facial hair. So you don't... Oh, you got some, but it's on your head.
Well, duh. Ladies love the hair.
You look like a fur baby.
Very nice burn. It's about damn time you're coming up with some new material. Jeez, after all this time. What took you so long? Were you trying to bottle it up or something and then try to sell it? Or were you just waiting for it to explode?
No, I just felt bad for you and just had to address the issue.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
The attempt to be a member of Mustache Mountain and how you epically failed.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm taller than both of them.
Yeah, but they can still kick your ass.
Well, duh.
Not only
it's
them,
just
their
like
other friend could too, Pete.
Well,
Pete will actually do worse. He'll actually
Pete would actually break my jaw, so
he'll actually snap your fingers.
Yeah.
That's way worse, I believe. The way he does, the way he manipulates, and that might be way worse. He might
Yeah. All right, tons of stuff to get into. Let us kick off. He's been in hibernation over the last couple of weeks. So
we've both been busy. We have lives that takes us away from this wondrous thing that we do called the podcast.
Well, he goes into hibernation because winter is coming up, so he is looking for food
from the law because of some crap from way back in the day that he hasn't gotten resolved yet.
I told you to keep that shit quiet.
Well, you should keep your drinking under control, then that won't be an issue.
Well, excuse me, have you heard of fun? Maybe you should try it once in a while.
Oh, I have fun. I don't go to jail for my fun, but that's neither here nor there.
Then what's the point of living then if you can't live life on the fast lane?
What's the point of almost getting 15 to 20 for that fun?
Okay, so let's start off. We didn't go over Evolution over the last week or so because we had some things come up, but...
And it's such a big event, we have to talk about it.
Evolution...
It was such a historical event.
I would say Evolution was probably the best pay-per-view in, 3, 4, 5 years?
Oh, yes, exactly.
Ever since, WrestleMania 30?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, top to bottom, this card was good. There were a couple matches at points where it was just like, I'm not sure.
The Battle Royale.
Yeah,
the Battle Royale was more like a nostalgia trip.
It was good. It was good to a point, but then it kind of got stale a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought how they kicked off with Lita and Trish was good. Both of them still got it.
Of course. How old are they? They're not that old. They're in their mid-40s or early 40s.
I think so.
40s.
I'm not.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say mid-40s. Please don't hurt me.
Maybe I need to sniff your drink.
I don't have a drink up here. You know that.
Sure. I've seen you bring it in.
Don't lie to the audience. Don't sit up there and lie to them. Don't lie to people.
Keep talking, Lady Moon Killer.
I'm gonna get you for that, and I'm gonna get her for that.
You mean your secret crush? I mean the she-wolf?
You better be quiet.
Sure.
You better watch what you say, man. I will.
Yeah. Okay. So we had the Hall of Fame tag team match. We had the Battle Royal. We had the 6-woman tag. It wasn't. It was okay.
We seen a 6-woman tag all the time. We see them all the time on Raw and SmackDown. They're not that special.
The NXT women's NXT women's title match was very good because now we saw Jessamine Duke and
Sharina Shafir. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. We saw
the other
them.
horsewomen no one know about. Let's be honest.
But both of them got involved in this match, so we may see them. Potentially in the future.
They are kind of with her now. We kind of see that they're.
Then we had the SmackDown Women's Championship, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, last woman standing, match of the night.
Epic match. The one thing I wish we got was some blood. I'm sorry, folks. That does sound like this sounds terrible, But that kind of match.
Well, we got
blood.
it on Monday Night Raw, which we'll actually get into it later.
Real blood, like
but
that Ric Flair bloody face blood.
But still, that
sorry, folks, but that's just how I feel. This match warranted that kind of.
But still, that was match of the night. That should have made.
That's not match of the year. I don't know what's wrong with the WWE universe. They don't. Pick
then we had the main event: Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella. It wasn't bad. I mean,
it had its moments.
Yeah, it had its moments. It had a good story. But I could understand the reason why this was the main event. A, because Ronda Rousey is the draw, and B, you want to end the night good with a babyface winning, so everyone can come out and salute the crowd.
Oh yeah.
So overall, I would say best pay-per-view within the last 4 to 5 years, because top to bottom the whole crowd was into it. Every match was, I would say, 3 stars or above.
Yes.
So
especially the SmackDown's women match.
That was match of the night.
Best match on the card.
The best match of the card. I thought the NXT women's title match was the second best.
Yes. Oh, we didn't even mention the Mae Young finals.
Oh, the Mae Young finals.
That
Toni
was good. Storm, I liked it.
Yeah.
That could be the third best match.
Yeah. Well, I think we all saw Toni Storm was gonna win.
Yeah,
because she is heavily favored to win the NXT. The first ever NXT UK women's championship.
She'll be the face of that division. She has that, but she also has that charisma and that personality.
Yeah,
her gimmick works, so why not? She didn't win it last year, but she has the look. She looks like she can. She looks the part. She can do great. And to be honest, they had already had a Japanese wrestler win it last year, so I don't know if they wanted to go that route again.
Yeah.
I think they wanted a different person to win it, and it was like, look, you had a Japanese win it,
I mean, especially when
you have an Australian win.
Yeah, well, because I would say, especially when you had Toni Storm, who I believe made the Final Four last year.
Yes.
So coming with her coming back in, she was heavily favored to win it.
Yeah.
Along with Caitlyn, I would say Ashley Rain as well, because we all know her legacy in TNA now Impact Wrestling.
And
so. Yes. So overall, top to bottom, pay-per-view, probably pay-per-view of the year, or pay-per-view of the last 5 to 6 years.
Hopefully, this becomes annual, but if not,
I hope it becomes annual.
But because you have mentioned that Triple H doesn't really like these kind of pay-per-views, but
to me, I think it worked.
You have to, because honestly,
it was different. Because to me, and this may be a little bit of a conspiracy, I think it was to make up for the Crown Jewel pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, I believe it was.
Because we all know the laws over there, and
which is utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. So I think just to make up for it, they said, okay.
Especially considering that Renee Young was able to commentate over there, which is I don't know what the deal is. She was able to commentate, but you can't have women wrestlers over there.
Yeah. So again, I think it may have to do with a clothing thing or something like that, because you see Alexa Bliss's outfit, Sasha Banks' outfit, Charlotte Flair's outfit.
They had to modify it when they were down there, when Alexa and Sasha wrestled down there before. That's not an issue. If you're going to do that, have them modify their outfits, have them wear full body suits. I can't accept that. That's not good enough for me with that. Yeah. I know it's not good enough for you.
Yeah, true.
But,
okay. Yes. Okay. So.
But that's a whole nother debate.
Yeah,
we're not going to get into.
Yes. Yeah. So
we can't change the laws.
Yeah. Exactly. So Evolution kicked major ass.
Exactly. Well, I hope this can be a thing. The crowd was really receiving of it. So Triple H and then
do you see this as a monthly thing or as a yearly thing?
It needs to be a yearly thing. It just needs to be treated like a regular pay-per-view. It doesn't need to be special where it has it every month, because you have it every month. Yeah. It's not special.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Plus also, too, I think you're going to run out of match ideas.
Yes. Once a year, that gives you enough time to come up with something. You can do a singles match between Sasha and Trish like you planned, or do something else.
Yeah.
You can do whatever. You can stretch that out over a period of years and come up with different ideas.
Yeah. All right. Evolution kicked major ass. We all know that. Let's get into some of the top headlines. It's been pretty quiet over the last couple of weeks. But some of the top headlines is that you remember Simon Dean, ex-WWE superstar, who had a little bit of a beef with Bobby Lashley when he first came in.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was not aware of that.
He said in an interview with the Hannibal TV that he doesn't think steroid use in wrestling is a bad thing, because we all know what happened during the 90s when
the 80s,
Vince,
the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, 80s and 90s when Vince was accused of forcing and encouraging superstars to use steroids.
And the federal government were trying to indict him at the time of it.
Yeah.
That's when Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior quit. Because we know they were on it.
Yeah.
They quit using it, and you saw, they said that there was a major change in their bodies after that. They got smaller.
Yeah. So.
But I disagree with Simon.
Yeah.
And you want to know why?
Lay it on me.
They're like, we're not sure, but we're all aware of how Ultimate Warrior passed, how he just collapsed going through a hotel.
Yeah.
And it could be said that's because of his long-term use of steroids.
Yeah.
That could have had long-term effects on his body over the years, and it finally just culminated in him, like, what is it, having a heart attack or something?
I think it was. I think he went in a cardiac arrest.
Having cardiac arrest. So that's the thing. You should not be using that stuff. And these guys are moving. If they're on, I don't believe all of them are on it, but if the ones that are, let's be honest, the ones that are gigantic in the business has to be on it. But using that stuff, your body is moving and doing all this stuff, and the adrenaline is kicking in. That also has. I'm not a doctor, but I believe that has to play a factor in the mixture.
Well, again, I was going to say, because Roman Reigns got suspended for 30 days because of performance enhancers, and then he had Randy Orton suspended twice
for smoking marijuana.
Yeah, for smoking marijuana. So again,
and they're saying
I think
John
they're
Cena
really
might be on the juice,
which again hasn't been proven.
Nope. But remember, Triple H got hurt down there in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, did you see that picture?
No,
it was. I mean, and he basically showed the picture. It was like bruised from his pec
but
all the way into his arm.
Kind
of
can read between the lines that Triple H is using performance enhancers because he refused to. When they tried to test Scott Steiner, he said he'll test if Triple H tests, and they never brought up the issue again back when he was in WWE.
Yeah.
So it can be implied that maybe might be partially the reason.
Yeah.
Why? But I'm basing this off of another podcaster who's more credible than me that mentioned it.
Yeah.
Because we know Triple H is up there. Triple H's body, your body, like I think, like at a certain age, you're not going to be able to maintain that same body as you could naturally.
Well, yeah, I just think it's about keeping your strength because again, when you're of that size, you don't really know if you can get any bigger. I just think it's about keeping your strength.
And honestly, can the human body even when it's older, can maintain those kind of muscles? You have to be doing something extra to do that.
Yeah.
Well, like Hogan, how old is Hogan?
Well, Hogan's up there, but also look at The Rock. At one point, I'd say throughout a majority of his wrestling career, he was at. Well, again, throughout the majority of his career, he was like what 260, 270.
Yeah, he was a lot. He was a little bit more thin.
And there was a point, when he was at right now he's at the height of his acting career, but just getting on the way up there. I think when he was taping the Scorpion King or something, he was almost at 300 pounds.
Yeah. And when you see him currently, nowadays, look how big he is now.
Yeah.
He wasn't that way when he was wrestling, but when he came back, he looked completely different.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so and also now onto the women's side of news. We all know the Bella Twins have been accused of blocking certain superstars from coming into WWE because we all know their place. Well, speaking of that, apparently the Bella Twins and Maria Kanellis no longer have beef with each other or heat with each other because Maria Kanellis answered a fan's question on Twitter about being blocked to return to WWE back in 2013, and she tweeted that they now talk kids because Maria Kanellis just had a baby. Also did Brie, and she also said that she loves some twin magic. So apparently the beef between those three has now been officially been dropped.
Let's talk about that. Maurice, and I don't know if that probably was not like just fake because she had mentioned that in Total Divas one episode.
Well, again, there is some realism, but again, if you do watch, I think it was Ms. and Mrs.
Yeah.
That when Maurice was actually towards the end of her pregnancy, you saw both Brie and Nikki rub her stomach and talking to her about it. So apparently, I would say that they left that beef in the past.
But she accused them of blocking her.
Blocking her.
Which They said they don't. They weren't. They were. They didn't even have that. And they said that Nikki and them said they didn't even have that much
authority.
pull.
Yeah.
In 2013, weren't that their first time in the company at the time?
I think it was. Then I think it was like a year or two later they end up coming back.
They didn't have that much pull then. I don't know how much of that is true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna defend them on that.
Yeah, because
I don't think they had that much pull, because if they're just new, they're not going to have that authority or that kind of favor with the company to be able to do things
because
like
the thing
that.
was, if you think about it, they're such entrepreneurs away from the company because of Birdie B and their wine business now taking off and their clothing line.
Yes.
So
and this was before all that. This was back when they were just getting their feet wet in WWE.
Yeah, and
they didn't have that authority.
And the Bellas came back. I think it was when Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow were still with the company, and they were feuding with Brodus Clay and A-Train, and because they had the Funkasaurus had the cheerleaders Naomi and Cameron, so they said, okay, how can we counter this? And you bring back the Bella Twins, easy enough.
Okay.
So and as you know, Hulk Hogan kicked off Crown Jewel by making an appearance.
Yes, he did.
And but the team, according to the WWE social media team, they have been banned from referencing Hulk Hogan. Now, this was his first appearance in WWE since WrestleMania 31, because of the whole Sting versus Triple H match, where you had the DX versus NWO, which was actually, I would admit, a pretty cool moment. And then 3 months later, he was fired for leaked audio tapes. Using racial slurs, merchandise. He was removed from the Hall of Fame. They were refused to reference him. All of his mentions were actually removed. So even though it's been, and I know we've talked about this several times, are you glad to see him back, or do you think he needed to stay away for just a little bit longer?
Ultimately, it's not my decision, but use him sparingly. Don't just trot him out all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he did say some stuff, and honestly, to hear what he says these times, because the podcast I listen to covers it more. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna reference him, the Solo Monster.
Yeah.
And you probably have heard him too.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to Solo Monster if he ever hears this. I love your podcast, man. You're doing great work. He had mentioned that Hogan, in some cases, have talked, and the way he talked, he's just trying to say he's sorry he got caught.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like he's sincerely sorry for saying what he said, but that he just got caught saying it. So,
do you think this has to do with the advancement of technology in today's society? Because if he had said this like during the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, I think it would have been.
We would have never have found out.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. We would have never found out because, again, cell phones have become so advanced. I mean,
but it was an audio tape, I think. This was back in 2007.
Yeah, it was. But I think the thing is that as you move forward, as the years go on, because now, I mean, think about it. Now we're 2 months away from 2019, soon to be into 2020. Technology is just rapidly advancing, and you can't really hide anymore.
Oh no, you can't.
There is no such thing as personal life anymore now, because now everyone is out there to try to blackmail you for certain kinds of money.
Oh yeah.
So again, it's kind of a sad thing.
That means you almost have to live like a saint, which is impossible for a lot of us, especially you, which is impossible for any of us.
Well, okay.
But to answer your question, I think that WWE, I'm indifferent to it. I mean, like, I can't forgive Hogan for what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I can possibly at some point. Right now, not right now. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
But use him sparingly. Use him sparingly, and not use him so much, and try not to use him in certain places where you think the crowd, or use him on these international pay-per-views that you do.
Okay.
Don't use him like in the U.S. market too much. If you're going to do something with him, maybe use him on something special on the network or something. Don't use him where he's going to be in front of an American crowd and we're going to hear 1,000 boos showered at him.
Yeah. That's what I would do, is that, I would say put him on the international shows until all this has kind of died down.
Which is probably going to be a long time.
Yeah, it probably will.
It's going to take a long time for that.
Because especially with the amount of racism that is going on in this country
right now.
Yeah. Okay. Those are the top headlines. Let's kick off into Monday Night Raw. We kicked off the show with The return of Stephanie McMahon, because as you know, this Sunday
Your
is
secret
Survivor
girlfriend?
Series. What?
Your secret girlfriend?
How do you know that?
Well, I know. And I know Triple H is mad at you for it. I'm just kidding.
She's got the money and power. You know, hey, money and power is always a thing.
And she'll slap the mess out of you given a chance.
So apparently Braun Strowman was
Wants
looking
to kill Baron Corbin.
wanted to get his hands on Baron Corbin, no pun intended.
Can't blame him.
And so Stephanie and Strowman made
a deal.
They made a deal saying, look, you're on the team of Survivor Series. You can't lay a hand on him. After Survivor Series, he's all yours. Yeah. And so then Ronda Rousey ended up crashing it because we will get into that scenario later. Going one-on-one with Becky Lynch.
Oh yeah.
Which was going to be an awesome match.
Yep.
I am highly anticipating it.
And I got my own thing to say about that issue later when we talk about it.
Yep. And then Ronda Rousey took down Baron Corbin, which was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
I liked it. Then we kicked off with Tamina defeating Ember Moon with a new team now of Nia Jax and Tamina. I think this is gonna.
We saw that turn the other Monday.
Yeah.
Here's what's funny. Nia looked shocked when she was attacking her.
Yeah.
But then you could see Nia mouth the words, "Turn her over."
Yep.
You could tell right then that you wanted to be a surprise. The announcers didn't make it official that she turned until she dropped the leg on Amber, but she said turn her over, mouthed it out and said it. You saw it. I wish they wouldn't do things like that.
I just hopefully wish that they're not going to use Nia Jax like they are like the Big Show, who's going to have more turns than NASCAR.
No, because this is what her third one.
This is not because she started out heel, then she went face against Alexa Bliss. Now she's back to being she was kind of a tweener in between then, and now she's back to being a heel.
When she was facing Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she did her best work in NXT as a heel.
Yeah, and then a few weeks ago, we finally saw the Dean Ambrose heel turn. It was highly expected. But during Seth Rollins' in-ring interview with Corey Graves, Dean Ambrose burned the Shield vest, saying that it was a burden, it was holding him down, and it was making him weaker. You know, I'm actually liking this dark side of Dean Ambrose because, because the thing was, everyone was expecting a Dean Ambrose heel turn soon. Everyone, the rumor was it was going to happen at Survivor Series, or the rumor was it was going to happen after. It was going to happen at TLC, Royal Rumble. We didn't really even know when, but when he came out before SummerSlam, you know, he had the new look. He looked bigger. You know, we said, wow, that's got the look of a heel turn.
Also, the way that I was always assuming that they were going to maybe integrate the fact that Seth turned on them first back a few years ago, that was going to be like, well, you turned on us first, so what goes around comes around. Yeah. But they played it up and planted the seeds like maybe they were just using Ambrose. Maybe Ambrose was just a means to get where they needed to get. That's how they were playing it. But I would have gone the other way because when you think about it, anybody with sense would say, well, Seth turned on them first, so this is just payback. Yeah, for sure.
Finn Balor defeated Dolph Ziggler. Very good match. I liked it.
But also with back on the Ambrose thing, the fans, they did it during the time Roman Reigns, which cemented it because he did it at the worst time. He heel turned. Otherwise, I think the fans might have actually gone with Ambrose because of the past issues with Seth turning on the Shield. Because fans, that's kind of how they act now. Yeah. They would have just said, well, he's just doing what he did to him. Because we've seen fans go against that traditional grain.
Or the thing was, it probably would have been too predictable because I mean, dirt sheets, news reports, we're all expecting it. We were all expecting an Ambrose heel turn, especially with that new look. And you know, the room, like I mentioned earlier, rumor was supposed to happen at Survivor Series. These two were supposed to go at WrestleMania. So you know, I think that was the perfect time to do it. I don't know if that was a last second decision or what. But
I believe it was. I don't think it was planned. Yeah. Some people might think that might have just been always the plan to do it that night, but no, you did it you did it because of the thing with Roman, and Roman probably signed off on it and said, you know what?
Yeah. Because again, no, he's going into treatment. We don't know how long he's going to be out for.
God bless him. Man.
Yep. All right, Finn Balor defeated Dolph Ziggler. Very good match.
Nice match.
And Steph added Finn Balor to the Survivor Series team.
Of course.
It was highly
The team's
deserved.
going to be volatile because I know Ziggler and McIntyre are part of it too, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of people on that team that don't like each other as usual.
Yeah.
So
and
volatile.
then we had a little. I think we're going to have a new rivalry here between Ruby Riott and Natalia.
Of course,
because
Ruby Riott had
because Ruby Riott apparently broke some like sunglasses or something
broke
something.
the sunglasses of Jim the Anvil Neidhart given to Natalia.
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk about this. WWE has a habit of doing this crap. Reed Flair, when they had the signing, people hated that. And like I said, podcasters I know that I listen to said, don't use dead kids or dead people to get feuds or things over. The Flair family, Reed's mom hated that.
Yeah.
Rick, I know, didn't like it, but couldn't say much about it.
Yeah. Well,
they did the same thing with Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, I guess the thing that you have to think about is, okay, how do we amp up this
too soon?
Yeah.
They even did that crap with Eddie Guerrero after he died.
Yeah.
Randy Orton says, "What you looking up there for? Eddie's not in heaven; he's in hell."
Yeah. So okay.
I understand that you got to use some heat and you got to get heat on people.
Yeah.
But in real life, people would not. Well,
yeah, sure.
What am I saying? Of course they would.
Yeah.
A miserable human being, but Ruby doesn't seem like a miserable human being.
Yeah. Okay. Then we had the five teams are going to be on the tag team match at Survivor Series, and we found the captains, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
That's a weird choice for captains.
It is. Then we had Jinder Mahal confront Brock Lesnar, which,
oh my God,
as many of you know, this was supposed to happen last year at Survivor Series, but then a last-second switch made it AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar.
This ain't gonna carry weight. They thought maybe they felt like it wasn't gonna carry weight.
Yeah.
So they thought AJ and Brock was a better choice.
Well. A, I think it would have been it was a better choice. B, it was a better draw. C, that would have gotten a better reaction because again, if you put, Mahal, I mean, during his run as WWE champion, he had some moments, but it wasn't spectacular because I think we all can agree that the only reason they made him champion was because they were promoting the WWE Network over in his home country,
yes.
And they thought, okay, let's make this guy something over there. Then we had Elias crash. Apparently, Leo Rush is bragging.
Oh, talk about the whole thing with Brock first. What happened during that whole thing? Because we got to go over it.
So apparently Jinder Mahal was trying to, calm Lesnar down.
And Brock said some funny stuff.
He did. I thought it was funny.
He talked about, okay, hey, wait, you're Jewish. Like, what's that got to do with anything? He's from. Yeah. He's actually Canadian.
Yeah.
But what they portray him as was
Hindi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he actually a little bit of Hindi actually?
I think he's got a little bit of it.
I think he might have a heritage. That's probably why WWE would have. He might be Canadian, but they saw that he looked more Hindi. He might even have told them.
Yeah.
So they just went with that.
Yeah.
The stereotypical gimmick that they'll go with.
Yeah.
But what Brock started, Brock would look funny. He was actually doing the Shanti.
Yeah.
And then after that, he proceeded to whoop everybody's ass.
Wait, no. You know what? The best thing that he would have done was if after he did that Shanti, he should have said suplex. Suplex.
And then just proceeded
that
to
would have sold it for me right there.
Yeah. And then I saw Paul Heyman in the corner doing exactly.
I would say because I was going to say because that was how Braun Strowman did it. He did the Shanti to get these hands. So.
And then he proceeded to beat up all three of them.
Oh, yeah.
And the Singh brothers got it the worst. Oh, my goodness. Do you see how far he suplexed those guys on their necks?
Well, I figured that was going to happen.
It's like when Randy Orton was throwing them up in the air onto the tables. Those guys are too easy to throw up in the air.
Yeah.
They're going to get hurt. That's probably how one of them got hurt anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Then Elias cracked up the audience with some child jokes about Leo Rush.
Leo Rush does look like a
which was pretty funny. Lashley then defeated Elias to be the final member of Team Red at Survivor Series. It was by count out
because Leo Rush grabbed his foot. Leo Rush, he's gonna hurt Leo Rush. Just wait and see.
Then we had a match between Sasha Banks and Bayley to determine the final member of Team Red for the women's team,
which all turned out to be a ruse by
Alexa Bliss. It was Ruby Riott. Then Becky Lynch attacked Ronda Rousey, which led to the SmackDown Women's roster invasion.
We get an invasion from the SmackDown roster every year, or just the last year, because it seems like when they do Survivor Series, they always want to make Shane look bad when he does this, because Shane always goes after Stephanie and fools with her first.
Well, because the thing is, if you think about it, Raw is the better show than SmackDown, even though I think SmackDown has better talent. But again, Raw is the premier show. Everybody knows that.
But I'm just saying, they always make it look like Shane's jealous of Stephanie and her and what she's doing with Raw, and then he'll just pick on her. And Stephanie mentioned it whenever my brother.
Well, because the thing is, because I mean, look at the stars that they have on Raw, and then look at the stars they got on SmackDown. It's just that, yes, SmackDown has AJ Styles. It has Samoa Joe. It has Daniel Bryan. It has somewhat of The Undertaker. It's got Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy. When you look at Raw, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar,
Dean Ambrose,
Seth Rollins, John Cena, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman.
John Cena's a free agent. He can go back and forth.
Yeah. So, yeah, but during that invasion,
Drew McIntyre, because Drew is on the come up.
Yep, but during that invasion, Nia Jax leveled Becky Lynch
in the nose,
suffered a broken nose and a severe concussion. Which, and then if you saw up in the stands, she had a lot of blood on her face.
Oh, yes.
And it sold it.
That sold out like, well, that's the blood I didn't get from the women's match.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. These brawls, I think things like that are going to happen because these people are just going nuts and not. Women don't. The women don't normally. The men are different. The men are okay with it, but the women don't typically brawl like that often, do they?
Not that I'm aware of, but
they're not used to it.
But to me, I think it needs to happen more often.
Yeah, because they need to get used to doing it.
Yeah, because again, we're used to seeing this from the men. You don't see it from the women. That's why I think the ending of Raw was solid.
Let me just say this. The men know how they do it all the time. They know how to brawl and be safe. But the women don't do it typically all the time. They might do. I think we have seen it before, but not like this, not like that. And then they don't know how to be safe in there. They're brawling and hitting each other. They're not being safe. If they do it more often, I think that they'll get better at it, where you won't have things like that happen. Because I think that could have just been inexperience in brawls like that on Nia's part.
Yeah. Okay. So Monday Night Raw.
But also, I love the shot of Ronda's face every time they turn.
Oh.
Ronda looks like she has killed about 6 people and we don't know about it.
She had that face of a serial killer, and I was like,
I want to see her in a movie looking like that.
Oh, she would play an amazing bad guy in a movie.
Let's just throw you in the movie with her so she'll kill it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Folks, sorry.
All right. Monday Night Raw, it had its moments, but ended very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
SmackDown Live, AJ Styles came out and commented on his match with Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Then Paul Heyman came out, said that he's not on the level of Daniel Bryan. Those two ended up brawling, saying, "Don't mention my name."
And
that planted seeds that McMahon announced Styles versus Bryan for the WWE Championship.
Shane McMahon, not his father.
Oh yeah, Shane McMahon. Sorry.
They might think McMahon. Which one?
Yeah, and then so now because of that, Daniel Bryan is no longer on Team Blue.
Yes.
Going into Survivor Series, so they had an open spot. Jeff Hardy defeated Andrade Cien Almas, and Miz named him as the replacement. Now during that, he wanted to get rid of Rey Mysterio
because Rey kept beating him all the time.
Yeah, but because he was Daniel Bryan's pick.
Yeah,
said, okay, if you want him off the team, you got to beat him. Rey Mysterio beat Miz, so he is still on Team Blue. Now, because of what happened on Monday Night Raw to Becky Lynch, she will not able to participate in Survivor Series, and she handpicked Charlotte to replace her at Survivor Series.
Jinx,
what?
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Damn. So, I think this was easily coming.
Yeah, but we all people assume maybe it was gonna be during WrestleMania. We're just getting it early.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have been saying that this injury may have been good for Becky because she is so over right now. I mean, she was over within like I would say 2 minutes after attacking Charlotte at SummerSlam. I think. Well, again, they've been saying this injury has been a blessing because if you think about it, SummerSlam is in LA. That's where you got to have Survivor Series is in LA. So that's where you got to have a lot of those big matches. And Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey was the big match that we had all been looking forward to, especially now that WrestleMania was coming up. But now, because of how over Becky is, you can save that match for WrestleMania.
Yes,
And
that's better.
Plant the seeds at Royal Rumble, at Fastlane, Elimination Chamber.
Keep it going.
Yeah, just keep planting those seeds, and then just have it explode at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The Bar and the Big Show defeated the New Day in a 6-man tag team match. The Bar, we will get into all the lineups at Survivor Series here in a little bit. We have a new WWE champion, Daniel Bryan, defeated AJ Styles to win the WWE Championship.
And what he cheated, he kicked AJ Styles.
I think we're seeing a little bit of a heel turn now.
We've seen there has been heel Bryan in the past when he was the American Dragon.
Yeah.
And then he had a little bit of a heel run in WWE for a little bit.
Yeah, but to me, I don't even think that heel run. I think that heel run WWE just failed, even though they tried. But again, because Daniel Bryan was doing no, crowd was chanting yes. Well, I guess you could consider that part of a heel, but he just didn't have that heelness in him.
But he might this time. He might be able to pull it off.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of creative changes now in WWE because you have Daniel Bryan possibly turning heel. You have Dean Ambrose turning, which we all saw coming. And then down in NXT, Johnny Gargano.
Yeah,
because he was the one that attacked Aleister Black.
Yeah, some might say that the stuff with Becky Lynch might have caused the turn might cause the stuff to happen with AJ and them. Maybe that changed plans.
Yeah,
because maybe they thought that they needed to drastically do something big to get.
Well, I think it's because we
make the show because that was the big show. That was the big match going into the Survivor Series.
Yeah. Becky Ronda was the match. I mean, you could forget everything else. Becky and Ronda,
that was the big match.
Yeah, Becky and Ronda was the match because we already saw Styles versus Lesnar at Survivor Series, but they could also be saving that match for WrestleMania, maybe. Who knows?
But now you got Daniel Bryan, who I don't think has ever wrestled Brock Lesnar.
No, he hasn't.
So this is something new.
Well, again, I think they were being cautious because, to me, because
of Bryan's.
Yeah, because of Bryan's injury, because I could have seen this happen, after WrestleMania 30, possibly at Survivor Series, if he had not Survivor Series, at SummerSlam, if he had not gotten injured, because you could throw all these matches at Daniel Bryan, he's still retaining the WWE Championship. Yeah. Then he goes in, and then all of a sudden you say, I got the guy to take him down. Boom, in comes Brock Lesnar. You have the whole team, and then you have that Lesnar-Bryan match.
Yeah.
So, very, very, very good SmackDown. We had a lot of good, jaw-dropping moments, especially with the whole Daniel Bryan turn.
So, let's go on to the
205 Live. Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher defeated Akira Tozawa and the Brian Kendrick.
Due to miscommunication.
Yep. The Lucha House Party defeated Mike Karma and Craig Kesselman, and then Maria Kanellis.
Just two jobbers no one cares about.
Then Maria Kanellis showed up on the Jumbotron saying that TJP and Mike Kanellis have unfinished business with these guys. Then in the main event, former Cruiserweight champion Cedric Alexander defeated Leo Rush.
Yep.
Then we quickly go to NXT. Bianca Belair defeated Mia Yim.
My girl, Mia Yim. The Blasian baddie. With a fat ass.
Yep. Lacey Evans is continuing her streak. She defeated Carissa Rivera.
The son of Steve King, a guy that's been in WWE in the past.
Yeah, then we had a match. We have a War Games match coming up with the Undisputed Era against Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders. Kyle O'Reilly defeated Hanson from the War Raiders to get the
Kyle
advantage.
O'Reilly comes to the ring, he does that thing with the belt when they do the guitar.
I actually think that's pretty cool.
I know, and I keep seeing him like, man, he does that a lot. Like, are you telling him to do that, or he just feels like, yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Just give him an actual guitar and see how that works.
Yeah. Now we stay with NXT, but we go across the pond to the UK. Dakota Kai defeated Nina Samuels to advance into the semifinals of the NXT Women's Championship tournament. Tyson T-Bone defeated Jay Constantino. Bomber Dave Mustafa defeated Dan Maloney. Ginny defeated Millie McKenzie to advance to the semifinals. In the main event, Zach Gibson defeated Trent Seven. So I think the crowds for NXT UK have been very hot.
Is it me, or are they just putting they have two different episodes of NXT UK that be on the network the same day? I'd be noticing that there's two.
I think so. Yeah. I think so too.
You want to talk about that one too, or are you just?
Nah. I think we're good with that. All right, staying in NXT, as we know, Saturday is Takeover War Games, the second one. So far we have 4 matches on the card. Now, normally they're usually 5 for NXT for an NXT Takeover, but maybe the War Games one is going to probably take up a lot.
Yeah.
So kicking it off, we have Aleister Black taking on Johnny Gargano. As many of you know,
got that devil on his back.
Johnny Gargano was the one that attacked Aleister Black. I could see Johnny Gargano winning this match.
Yes. Just to maybe get a feud going.
Plus also, too, NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa praised Johnny Gargano for what he did. So we could potentially see a heel DIY reunion.
Maybe Candice joining. I don't know, but I don't know. That'd just be weird.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
We have a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane.
I think Shayna retains.
You think Shayna retains and then Kairi gets called up?
They're not just going to take that belt off of Shayna after putting it back on her.
Wait, or do you call her up?
Shayna?
Yeah, do you call up Shayna?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, but they just put Sharina Shafir and Jessamine Duke with her, so I don't know.
Well, the thing is that I could see, because if you're trying to hype the 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen at WrestleMania, you got to start planting those seats.
Oh yeah, you got to start calling them up individually.
Yeah, so that's why I would say Shayna Baszler could potentially lose. Yes, I am.
Woman's name up.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you think about it, it's hard to spell. So
it's Baszler.
Baszler.
Okay.
Baszler.
Baszler. Okay.
Look who's been drinking now.
Hush, I don't drink.
So yes. So well, again, I could see this happening, but do you see her going to Raw or going to SmackDown?
You mentioned SmackDown.
I would say SmackDown because I mean she is over because she is part of the 4 of MMA. And then I would say if Kairi wins, then I could see her calling Jessamine and the other one into the ring and saying, "Come on, come and get it." That's what I could see happen. I think Shayna goes.
The other one is Sharina Shafir.
Yeah, Sharina Shafir.
We got to get her name right, man.
Yeah.
They're not. We treat them like they're the nobodies of the horsewomen, but they are members of that.
Well, because the thing is that I mean, if you are hardcore fans of MMA, you should know who those 4 are. But I just think if you're not the casual fan, the only one that you very well know is Ronda Rousey
and Shayna Baszler. But Shayna's also been wrestling too before she even got into WWE, so her name has gotten around as a wrestler. She was already wrestling outside of the WWE. She already knew what she was doing. But even before Ronda, she probably already had a name in wrestling before Ronda. Because I think I seen a match on YouTube of her wrestling someplace else.
Yeah.
She already wrestles.
Then we have the NXT Championship. Tommaso Ciampa defends it against Velveteen Dream.
The experience.
This one can really go back and forth.
Let's have ambience.
I don't see anyone.
Crap, that didn't work.
Haha.
Oh, hush.
So
I thought it would work for me. It worked for him.
Yeah. I'm very iffy on this match.
Yeah, I think Ciampa's gonna win it.
I think Ciampa will retain, but again, I do think Velveteen Dream is going to win it, but I would say not right now.
No, he's gonna eventually. He that title's going on his waist at some point.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, Johnny could get the belt at some point. I think they're trying to put that belt on Johnny before they call him up.
Yeah.
That belt has to go on Johnny Gargano before he gets called up.
Oh, yeah. Then we have the War Games match. Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and the War Raiders take on the Undisputed Era. The Undisputed Era will get the advantage.
But they're not winning the match, I don't think.
You don't think?
Because they won it last year.
Yeah,
they're not going to let them win it.
They won it last year.
So they're going to let Pete Dunne and them get it this year.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Who takes the pinfall? And who gets pinned and who pins them?
I want to say that Adam Cole. I feel like Adam Cole has to get pinned by Ricochet or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that could happen because Adam Cole always seems to be the one initiating incidences with these guys. He's always interfering, always doing something.
Well, I don't see. Well, I don't.
You want to see get pinned.
I seriously don't see Adam Cole taking the pinfall. I see. Maybe I would see Bobby Fish
because Bobby was
Kyle O'Reilly.
Bobby Fish was the one that was doing most crap. Like he injured that one guy took that one wrestler's leg out.
Yeah.
So you might
because I don't see Adam Cole taking the pinfall. I don't see Roderick Strong taking the pinfall because those two are stars. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. I see one of those two taking it. I think Ricochet is going to do a lot of crazy stuff. I see Pete Dunne being the hardcore hitter that he is. The War Raiders are going to do some outstanding tag team stuff. I see one of the War Raiders pinning Kyle. I would say Bobby Fish. I say Bobby Fish takes the pinfall from one of the War Raiders.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so now we got War Games out of the way. Let's go into Survivor Series. The kickoff match is going to be the Tag Team Survivor Series match. Team Raw will consist of the captains Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Their team consists of the Lucha House Party, the Ascension, the Revival, and the B Team. They will take on Team Smackdown, which will consist of captains the Usos, the New Day, Sanity, the Colognes, and Gallows and Anderson.
The Colognes, dear God, where'd they dig them up?
I have no idea.
They have not been. They just needed a team. They have not done nothing with those guys.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Or the Ascension too.
They're happy. They're even on the card.
Yeah. How do you see this one playing out?
Team Raw.
You think Team Raw? Who survives?
Or maybe Team SmackDown. Maybe Insanity.
You think Sanity? Huh.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But if it was SmackDown, I mean Raw. Maybe who's on Raw again?
Raw. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Lucha House Party. The Ascension, the Revival, and the B Team.
Lucha House Party. If it's Raw, Lucha House Party. If it's SmackDown, the
I would say
Sanity.
Yes, Sanity. Yeah. Okay. Then we. Okay.
But Lucha House Party is kind of popular too, so
yeah.
they're new. They're new on Raw because they haven't been on there. I don't know if they're trying to introduce the Cruiserweights back into Raw like they had them on there before when they were first started. But it seems like they're trying to either they just added them guys to put more tag teams onto that.
Yeah, on
division.
Division.
Those are the ones I would see that will probably win for Raw.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have the Battle of the Tag Team Champions. Authors of Pain will take on the Bar with the Big Show.
Authors of Pain.
Yeah, you think Authors of Pain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna knock Big Show out because Big Show.
Yeah, I would say because the Bar is pretty much over. I would say Authors of Pain. So we got Raw 2, SmackDown 0.
You said you think the Bar will win, or I think I said the.
I'll say AOP 2. So we have Raw 2, SmackDown 0. Now we go to the Cruiserweight Championship match. Buddy Murphy will defend it against Mustafa Ali.
Buddy Murphy retains.
Yeah, I agree. Buddy Murphy retains. Then we have the mid-card champions going at it.
Shinsuke wins.
Shinsuke Nakamura will take on Seth Rollins.
I'll
say Nakamura because Rollins is too distracted by Ambrose.
And Ambrose is going to interfere possibly. So.
Well, I don't see him interfering. I just see Rollins doing some sort of like miscommunication or something, and then Nakamura wins, and then Ambrose comes out and attacks him after.
Yeah. All right.
Then we have the women's match. We thought it was going to be Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, but it's not. It's going to be the WrestleMania match that we are getting early. Ronda Rousey, the Raw's champion, will take on Charlotte Flair.
Ronda wins.
I will say Ronda too, but I could see, just some seeds planted for the 4-on-4, but I could see Becky Lynch, sitting ringside to watch this match. I could see it happening.
And you might maybe see another particular horsewoman sitting there. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you might see a horsewoman sitting there.
Yeah. Well, I'll say, I could see all three of them there.
Yeah, I think.
I could see all three of them there. So, okay. So we have Raw 3, SmackDown 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we have the WWE Champions match. Brock Lesnar will take on Daniel Bryan.
Lesnar wins.
Yeah, I'll say Lesnar.
Because they were not going to... They probably couldn't do that again with AJ Styles. AJ would have had to lose to Brock.
Yeah.
There was no way AJ was going to win, so this worked out. So,
so we have...
Bryan can lose. Bryan will lose.
Yes, so we have Raw 4, SmackDown 1. Then we have the men's 5-on-5. Team Raw consists of, Captain Baron Corbin. His team is Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, Braun Strowman, and Finn Balor. They will take on Team SmackDown, the Captain Miz, with Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Shane McMahon, and Rey Mysterio.
Team Raw.
Now I'm gonna say SmackDown.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna say SmackDown because again, if you look at these matches, is that you have to give SmackDown something.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, again, I think this is gonna I think you're gonna see now Baron Corbin start to go downhill because again, he has been doing some very good heel stuff as acting general manager.
He has been failing a lot, and Stephanie is not happy with him.
Which again, I could see happening here. That's why I could see SmackDown winning this one,
and that's why we can see Braun Strowman systematically destroying Corbin after this.
Yeah.
Corbin isn't even supposed to be in the match. He's there, but he's inactive. So Stephanie might make him get involved in a match.
Yeah.
I can see her doing that because he's inactive. When he said, you've been doing poorly because of what happened on Saturday, happened Monday, you will be involved in this match to personally make sure that everything goes off without a hitch.
Yeah. Then we have the women's 5-on-5 match. Team Red will consist of the captain, Alexa Bliss, has Mickie James.
Isn't Alexa Bliss injured?
Yeah.
Like, she might not even actually be participating in a match. Or
No. She's not in the match. I just think she will be ringside. So Raw consists of Mickie James, Nia Jax, Ruby Riott, Tamina, and shockingly Natalya.
See, what all these teams have in common? These teams, they have people on the teams that don't get along in some cases.
Plus, now you look at the SmackDown side: Carmella, Asuka, Naomi, Sonya Deville. Then you have an open spot. Who do you think takes that open spot? I'd say it's Mandy Rose. Either I'd say Mandy Rose or what's her name? Who's the who was the one in Sanity?
Nikki Cross.
I'll say either Mandy Rose or Nikki Cross.
It's probably gonna be Nikki Cross because Nikki's crazy.
Yeah,
they want someone who's nuts and is very intimidating.
And I will say SmackDown wins this one.
Yeah,
but I'll say Raw wins overall. But I will say SmackDown takes the men's and the women's 5-on-5 match, right. and then I'll say, and then Raw takes the tag team. Wait. Yeah. Raw takes the tag team, the tag team Survivor Series.
Are you drunk still?
I couldn't make out that word.
Good Lord, man! I need to take you to go get help.
So Raw takes the tag team elimination, the tag team champions match, the mid card championships, and the WWE championships. Then you have SmackDown winning the men's and women's and the mid card. So yes. So we have Raw wins 4-3.
I can go with that, but you never know. We might be surprised. We might get different results.
All right. Let's quickly go. Last week was the season finale of Lucha Underground. It was Ultima Lucha Cuatro. We had 2 parts to it. Part 1 was the Trios Championships. The Reptile Tribe defeated the White Rabbit Tribe and Sammy Guevara, Ivelisse, and Exolicious.
Okay, Exolicious. That's extra right there. Funny. Exolicious is funny. I can't say it, folks. I'm sorry.
Taya defeated Ricky Mundo via submission
and took that freaking looking dog.
Yeah. Then we had a mask versus mask match, which is very personal in the Lucha house.
Yes, because in Lucha Libre, the mask means everything. Once you lose your mask, you can never wear it again.
Yeah, Son of Havoc.
Separate Mysterio.
Yeah. Son of Havoc defeated Killshot, so Killshot had to lose his mask. But now when he was taking it off, his name is Lieutenant Jermaine Killshot. That's his nickname, Strickland. Apparently, where he was running from his past, where he left his brothers behind, and he handed the mask to Son of Havoc. He admitted that he left his brothers for dead. Said that Dante Fox was telling the truth, and Fox relieved Killshot of his duties, ending Killshot's Lucha Underground story.
And his career in Lucha Underground. Yep. He is officially done.
Yep. Then we go to part 2. Phoenix defeated Dragon Azteca Jr. in a 2-out-of-3 falls match. The Mac defeated Mil Muertes in a death match. Johnny Mundo defeated Matanza Cueto in a sacrifice to the gods match.
Using the gauntlet of the gods.
Yep. Then ran into Aerostar backstage and then
asked him to give it back.
Yep. Yeah, he took off the gauntlet and he handed it to Aerostar. Then Pentagon Dark defeated Marty the Moth Martinez to win the Lucha Underground Championship in a Cero Miedo match.
But then was attacked by Vampiro.
Yeah, Vampiro then turned his back on him after handing him the championship. But he was attacked by a mysterious luchador
who looked almost like him.
Then you had Jack Swagger, Jake Strong, come out with the Gift of the Gods Championship, cashed it in, and became the new Lucha Underground champion. But then after Ultima Lucha Cuatro, Aerostar, Dragon Azteca Jr., and King Cuerno, they all met to discuss the Gauntlet of the Gods, say that it needed to go back into hiding, and Azteca gave the gauntlet to Black Lotus
to use against Matanza to get revenge.
And apparently killed her parents, and not Azteca, ripped Matanza's heart out.
Because she ended up, if you think back to the earlier, I guess season 1, she killed Dragon Azteca because she thought he had killed her family, but that's what Dario Cueto told her.
Yeah.
He didn't. I don't know, and I think Dragon Azteca, I think Dragon Azteca Jr. knows that she did it, but he's not made a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
I think he tried to get back at her. I think he tried to get back at her for it. I don't know what the deal is. If he let bygones be bygones, I don't know. If there's still bad blood there, he doesn't care. He knows the circumstances which led to that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so Ultima Lucha Cuatro was very good. We will wait for the next season of Lucha Underground.
Let's talk about what happened at the end after she gave him back the gauntlet.
It was he said that his parents can now rest in peace.
Her parents.
Yeah, her parents.
And then Jack Swagger came out and attacked Dragon Azteca Jr., broke his leg and took the gauntlet back. Apparently, also there was a thing where that doll possessed Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Because Taya Mundo, because the doll is apparently a god.
Yeah.
The gauntlet has these items where these gods are everywhere, and I guess Jack Swagger is one of these gods.
Yeah.
Because the doll possessed her, and then Johnny was talking to her, and then she took Johnny and pushed him up against the wall and said that she's a god. So she's possessed. And I guess Jack Swagger was possessed because he's talking with that demonic voice. He's done it before, so we know that Jack is one of these gods too.
Yeah. All right.
And, they were in the limousine talking. It was that luchador. I forget he has a name. Is Octagon something? Not Octagon, but some type of that. Pentagon something with his name. But he was there with Tonio Cuerdo. The guy that shot Tonio Cuerdo hired to shoot his son. That guy's a well-known actor. I've seen him, and he's a known actor. He was in other stuff. Yeah, he was there, and then Jake Strong, Jack Swagger was in there. Yeah, and then they were talking to someone in the shadows, and lo and behold, it was the former Wade Barrett, no longer wrestling. Yeah, but he's in Lucha Underground. Yeah, as the big boss.
Yeah, there you go.
And then towards the very end, Aerostar went back in time to the time where they had Dario Cueto's wake, used the ambulance that he got from Katrina and her mother, because Katrina's mother and both her and her mother were immortal. They lived forever. They were like demons that walked the earth. He got it back from her, and she turned to dust. And then he took the combined ambulance and used it to resurrect Dario Cueto. And at the end, Dario Cueto said, "What the?" And they cut right off. Yeah. I'm like, perfect way to end it. Let's hope we get another one.
Yep. All right, so Ultima Lucha Cuatro kicked major ass. Impact.
It was on the whole show was on like a lesser budget this time around. So hopefully that next season, if we get another season, we'll get a bigger budget show.
Yeah. Let's quickly go to Impact.
I only seen 2 matches. I haven't seen the whole show yet.
All right. Well, do you want me to ruin it for you?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care.
Okay. All right. We kicked off. Tessa Blatchard defeated Ray Lynn. Taya Valkyrie is going to get her rematch at Blanchard at Homecoming.
Their Homecoming is taking place back at the old asylum where it all started.
In Nashville. LAX defeated
if that's the case, we're probably going to see some old faces.
Yeah. James Storm.
Yeah, maybe Amazing
Abyss.
Red.
Yeah.
People that were there, not the originals, but
Christopher Daniels, Kazarian.
Maybe if I don't know if they're still with
Ring of Honor.
I don't know. Maybe if they aren't, we will. If they are, maybe they'll still let them come.
Yeah. LAX defeated KM and Falaba.
Oh yeah, but
Eli-
Falaba
yeah.
had an excellent going in that match.
Yeah.
He was moving around excellent.
Eli Drake cut a promo on Tommy Dreamer saying, "I will end your kind." Johnny Impact defeated Matt Sydal, and he declined Killer Cross's offer for his services because Johnny Impact said that he doesn't trust him. Su Yung defeated Heather Monroe. Then you saw Kiera Hogan.
I did see this kind of on YouTube when I was looking at the top videos.
And Allie came out dressed as demonic, and then turned her back on Kiera Hogan.
She's partially like she was dressed like partially like Rosemary.
Yeah.
With the face paint across her mouth, but she looked like she has no soul.
Yeah.
She's basically gone the way of Lucha Underground with this stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing a Lucha Underground stuff with her. So it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, what does other people think about this stuff? Do they like it or just think it's weird?
Yeah. Brian Cage defeated Sami Callihan to retain the X Division Championship, and he's cashing in his Option C at Homecoming against Impact for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he left the title in the ring. So,
cool.
Yeah, so Johnny Impact will take on Brian Cage for the Impact World Championship. All right, let's get into the countdown. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, this week's countdown is brought to you by thesportster.com. They got every article you think of, sports, MMA, you name it. Thesportster.com. Check them out online.
Are they paying you to do that?
It's called free advertising and a good cheap plug.
So what? You're hoping that they'll give you some
It's called free advertising. So okay.
I think we should start charging. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. So on this. Okay. So on the heels of Evolution, again, as we mentioned earlier, that pay-per-view kicked major ass. Best pay-per-view in the last 4 to 5 years. Would you say at this point that the storylines with the women are better than the men at this point?
A little bit.
Okay, because this week's countdown is 10 female storylines that we are excited for and 10 for the men that we really don't care about, because it seems like that the women have better storylines than the men at this point.
We don't give a damn about the man's stuff. It's repetitive.
Yeah, okay. Number one, we did talk about this earlier. Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey happening now is possibly going to happen at WrestleMania because there's serious money involved in this bout because of Becky Lynch's sudden rise in popularity and the draw that Ronda Rousey's getting.
Yes,
I could see this happening. So, I could see Ronda with the with her other 4 horsewomen versus Becky Lynch with her horsewomen there. So, and then number 2 for the guys, Brock Lesnar's multi-contender storyline. Because it seems at this point that they don't even know what to do with Brock Lesnar. I mean, he got confronted by Jinder Mahal of all people, and there is a very possibility of a fatal 4-way happening at WrestleMania. So who knows?
We've seen that before.
And number 3, if you saw it, Nia Jax getting massive heat because of the shot that she took at Becky Lynch on Raw, where she basically just destroyed her face.
I mean, like I said, they're not experienced in having brawls like that too often, so that can happen.
Well, because also too, this could get her, a lot of heat because that was part of the main reason why the most popular match on the Survivor Series card has been postponed.
Yeah, because Vince, that interferes with big money for Vince, and Vince gets really pissed when that happens.
Yeah, and plus
and
also
he takes it out on them wrestlers that causes those situations.
Yeah, well, plus now if you think about it, because now Tamina finally has something to actually do. So
this could affect her.
This could create a rivalry now with Sasha Banks and Bayley as well.
Yeah.
Number 4 for the men, the rivalry between Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. Now, after Survivor Series, it was supposed to be a confrontation, as we saw earlier, with Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, which was, a very, very good, interesting story. But now instead, the rumor for TLC is we're getting Strowman versus Corbin, because if you saw it on Raw, that they are going to, after Survivor Series, Stephanie McMahon said, have at Baron Corbin, he's all yours after Survivor Series. And I mean, now Corbin has been improving a lot in this GM role as a heel, and a lot of people are expecting this kind of match to be very, very quick.
Yeah.
So, all right, number 5 for the women, as we said earlier, the 4 horsewomen of WWE versus the 4 horsewomen of MMA.
Yep.
Charlotte and Ronda Rousey is going to possibly is going to potentially start this. Now this match could end at Survivor Series with WWE's 4 aiding Flair, and then you could potentially see the other 4 coming out, and I think this could eventually explode, which I think this will get a massive pop, and this will be one of the top feuds going into WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Number 6 for the men, Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton. I mean, we've seen this feud plenty of times. It just seems just to be recycling it. We kind of want, now that Rey Mysterio is back, we kind of want to see new feuds with him. Some that were mentioned were Andrade Cien Almas, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Rusev even. So
can't do the AJ one because AJ's a face.
Yeah. Number 7.
The Ciamis one you can do.
Yeah. Number 7 that we ended up talking about, Tamina and the Nia Jax partnership. Tamina now has use again. She's now getting good television time again. Now the rumor is about costing, because remember, Nia Jax won that battle royal, and she has a future championship match. So this could, now the rumor going is that these two could cost Ronda Rousey the match at Survivor Series, creating that storyline at TLC. Because again, we never got that finish at Money in the Bank.
Oh, sorry, folks. I was doing something.
Were you texting your secret crush?
Be quiet.
Okay.
Say that again. I'm sorry, folks. My bad.
Never mind. We'll just skip it.
All right.
All right. Number 8 for the men, the Rise of Apollo Crews.
The Rise of Apollo.
Well, again, he did beat a former WWE champion, Jinder Mahal.
Well, it's been so long with him. And Jinder Mahal, that's not. He's a champion, but still.
Again, he was rumored to get a push, but that ended up souring really quick, and he hasn't been on TV since. Number 9, the rumor of a rivalry between the Iconics and the Bella Twins, because Peyton Royce and Billie Kay really haven't done anything since joining the main roster.
They're Bella Twins light.
And then, but now
that's an insult to the Bella Twins.
Yeah, but there is a potential of this being a setup for future women's tag team championships.
Yeah.
Between these two. All right, then number 10 for the men, a repeat Royal Rumble winner. Now we have seen this happen, quite a few times. John Cena's a multi-time Royal Rumble winner. Stone Cold,
Roman Reigns,
Triple H, Roman Reigns. So, because would you say that we are simple folks, and we don't like to see we like to see things that we haven't seen before, like we saw last year, Shinsuke Nakamura.
That keeps things fresh and new when you don't do the same thing over and over. That's Vince just being set in his ways.
Yeah, and it's just that Vince wants a repeat Royal Rumble winner. We don't. We want somebody new. You could go.
And I don't.
Braun Strowman, who won the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yes.
You have maybe Daniel Bryan. You have maybe
Finn Balor,
Drew McIntyre,
Seth Rollins.
Yep. Number 11, the split of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Because
that could be interesting.
Because these two are right now kind of butting heads with each other.
Yeah.
So I think this could really do something, especially now that Corey Graves is getting distracted by Mandy Rose's entrance. So
don't act like you haven't been either.
Neither have you, buddy. I see you howling at her.
Be quiet.
Excuse me, you are the wolf. You do howl a lot.
And you are a fur baby with that hair.
The best, sexiest one ever.
Oh.
All right, number 12 for the men, a feud between Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin. This one has been kind of dragging on. Now they did kind of nix this match of a winner at Survivor Series, Team Angle versus Team Corbin, winner getting full control of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Which apparently we would have all expected Team Angle to win.
Yeah.
Number 13 for the women, Asuka turning on Naomi.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, because clearly, I mean, it's kind of clear Asuka needs to change. She hasn't done anything since getting up on the main roster. I mean, Charlotte, beating, snapping her undefeated streak, but betraying Naomi could, ignite a feud. Maybe give Asuka a new direction.
Yeah.
So, number 14 for the men, we go down to the cruiserweights. Brian Kendrick against all of his former partners.
We're already seeing that.
Yeah. So
enough said on that one.
Yeah, I mean, really, the feud really isn't that bad. I mean, the product for 205 Live is getting better.
Yeah.
It's just a slow process, but they just need to do a better job of promoting it.
Yeah.
So
that's why they put it on right before NXT, so
yeah,
the fans will watch it before they go in. They're like, okay, wrestling. Yeah. I'll watch some more wrestling before this one.
Yeah. Now, number 15 for the women, the rivalry or friendship of Sasha Banks and Bayley. But now
they've been dragging that one out forever.
Yeah. Now the rumor of Sasha Banks turning heel, going back to the NXT heel boss.
Yeah.
Which will actually work. Now, no. I think this could also be the new talk of the women's division.
Yeah.
So, number 16 for the men, the alliance of Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. I think we all know how this one is going to end up.
Yeah, it's going to end.
Because there is a rumor of a Bobby Roode heel turn, and it's obviously we all know it's probably going to end with Bobby Roode turning on Chad Gable at some point. You know, we're not really excited about it. But I just think, they could have done a better job with Bobby Roode.
Yeah, they haven't really been doing much with him.
Because I think
he was
doing good stuff
in NXT as a heel, but you don't bring him up on the main roster and make him a babyface.
Well, the thing was, because he has such a popular entrance.
Yeah.
And he's got such a catchy phrase. He's got such a catchy theme song. Well, I didn't mind Bobby Roode as a face. I think he was better on SmackDown. So I just think they should have kept him on SmackDown. They shouldn't have put him on Raw unless you were going to do something drastic with him.
Yeah.
Number 17 for the women, a potential match between Asuka and Becky Lynch.
I can see that.
Given how over Becky Lynch is at this point, Becky Lynch is kind of needing that real special opponent right now, especially on SmackDown. This could create a terrific rivalry. It could be a show-stealing match.
And it can help Asuka out.
Yeah, and it could help Asuka out because Asuka turning into an arrogant heel, especially with the popularity of a rebel like Becky Lynch. I think this one could actually steal the show.
I don't think Becky will be a heel at this point anyway when she comes back, because she didn't come off like she wasn't already considered one, and by the way she was acting with Charlotte, I don't think that we're going to have a heel Becky.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Number 18, one more match between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Potentially this being the final encounter, WrestleMania 35.
I don't give a damn about that.
Don't want to see this. These two are, I think they're good because Shawn Michaels got his revenge.
He got it at the Greatest Royal. I mean, no.
At Crown Jewel.
At Crown Jewel. So we're done. Yeah. We're done.
Number 19 for the men, Strowman stepping up to Brock Lesnar again. I mean, how many times have we seen this happen?
I don't care for it. We're done.
I just think, I don't mind those two in a rivalry I just wish the match was better because
Brock doesn't do nothing except the same thing.
Yeah. That's the problem that I have is that I want to see Lesnar in a very good match because again,
Brock's partially
it makes him look better. It doesn't make him look like that. Say, okay, he can do suplexes, he can do an F5, big whoop. What else can he do? I want to see him in an actual match.
Brock, I think it's because he feels like he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to because he's making big money, but that also equates to being lazy.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't care what other podcasters say about that.
Yeah.
He's lazy. He doesn't want to freaking do anything else. I almost said the S word, folks. Sorry.
What shit?
Of course, I can't say it on here. He doesn't want to do.
Why not?
He doesn't want to. I'm the one that keeps it clean. You're the one that has a foul mouth.
Well, excuse me for being more attitude than you.
Be quiet. He doesn't want to do anything. I mean, like you. Some say he doesn't have to, but that's lazy. If you're working for, he's getting paid to show up and whatever. Yeah. He's just lazy and he feels like he doesn't have to do this other stuff. But it grains on people. People get tired of it.
Yeah, which is why I think we had a problem with him holding on to the Universal title for a year and a half.
He had a chokehold on that title for a year.
Yeah, and then when Roman Reigns won it, we're like, yes, finally.
Because you can't have the top person hold a title and not appear on the shows at all, hardly. Yeah. That's stupid. He wasn't even wrestling in pay-per-views. That were Rare that he did that.
Yeah. Well, he would only wrestle at the Big Four, or if they were in a big city.
WWE shot themselves in the foot when they put the belt on him,
Yeah.
knowing that he doesn't show up all the time.
Yeah. The last one, you may like this one. Charlotte and Asuka Part 2.
Maybe.
Because
they do it right.
Because it has been a year since these two have locked up. Because we saw it at WrestleMania 34.
Now that Charlotte and
we could give Asuka's first title run on the main roster.
Yeah.
So, I actually would like to see that Part 2. I would like to see Asuka get her revenge.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps things up. Do you have any last second howls you want to hand
shut up. Shut the hell up.
Are there any moons you want to say hi to? Any other lady wolves you want to flirt with or something?
We can be quiet.
I was gonna say, do you want to give a shout out to any mountain range, any forest that?
There's any fur babies you know that you need to talk to?
It's called drinking. You should try it once in a while, and it's called a social life.
It's called DUI.
Hey, I haven't gotten one.
And driving, just straight up driving under your
influence. I know my limits. You just gotta stop howling at the lady wolves.
At the wolves. You don't know your limits. You come up here slurring your words when we do this podcast. Act professional, damn it.
Excuse me. Who's the one that types up all of the scripts?
Be quiet.
Keep talking, Moon. Keep talking, Moon Killer.
Be quiet.
All right, guys. That wraps things up for us. Check us out next week. We will review NXT Takeover, Survivor Series, Raw, SmackDown, and any other show that we may have missed. Take care, and we will see you all next week.
Later.